All right, sports fans, welcome to episode 11 of Transitioning to Life After Sports. Today for Tiger Talk Tuesday, you have your very own Janine Charron. Now, this conversation, I am screaming from the rooftops to every college and university athlete that is out there and has graduated or is getting ready to graduate. So we have heard a lot of amazing wisdom and information being shared on the previous 10 episodes. And we have an amazing lineup of professional athletes coming your way this summer. And I was trying to think about, yes, my journey. I've played in the NCAA, I've played in the National Women's Hockey League, I've done half marathons, I've done a full marathon, I've done a sprint triathlon. I've competed in a figure show where I lost 30 pounds in 8 weeks and won first place. All of that stuff is fine and dandy, but it's not going to prepare you for what comes next in this next transition of your life. Now, some of you that are graduating, you have something lined up, and that is awesome. And it might be great, and you might not feel your transition or go through some hard times until a little bit later. And that's fine. I don't want it to be all doom and gloom, but I want you to recognize those of you that are leaving a very regimented sport and schedule, you're going to feel there's going to be some uncharted territory. And I want you to know that it's perfectly normal. There's three takeaways, the simple three takeaways that I wanted to leave here today in this conversation. Look up, look in, and look out. And I will explain what that means. So, some of you, I hope, are going to live on your own, but most of us probably moved home with our parents. Lucky parents after having your kids away for 4 years, right? When I say look up, I want you to look up from your phones. Look up to a bigger purpose in your life. The sport that you played is not who you are. It's literally that. I played hockey, but the essence of Janine is so much more than the athlete, right? But that's a very hard concept to grasp at my younger age. I didn't see it as clearly. So I completely understand if this is not going to resonate right away, but I encourage you and invite you to consider what I'm saying. So when I say look up, get off social media. Literally get off, spend some time just getting familiar with your new environment and your surroundings. Establish routine, establish a schedule that fuels you in terms of if you were training for 6 hours a day, you cannot stop abruptly and not train. You need to make sure you set up some sort of fitness routine for you. Check out your environment that you're moving into. Is there something that you can do to make it feel more comfortable and inspiring to the person that you are today, as opposed to maybe a space that you left 4 years ago if you're leaving college or university? So looking up from our cell phones is really important as well, because those of us that have been used to playing, if you played in front of a big crowd, if you constantly had to do autograph signing, you are so used to all this external validation, and awesome. That's an amazing experience, not taking anything away from that. But I want you to recognize the need to go inwards. And that's where we go to look in. So when I refer to looking in, it's doing some sort of introspection. Get clear on, okay, I have all these skill sets from my sport, teamwork, collaboration, drive, determination, consistency. But what are the other skill sets that I can bring to the table? Or what are the other areas or arenas in my life that I am interested in, but I have not pursued because I've been so focused on my sport? And really taking the time to journal and spend that time to get to know yourself. I promise you it will serve you much more greatly than you realize. So really doing the work to get to know yourself. What areas have you been curious about but haven't explored because you've been so busy with your sport? And then I say look out, because now we're looking at the world. You have an entirely new perspective on who it is that you could possibly be. And I was at an event, at a women's leadership event, and they said, if you can see her, you can be here. And it's the same for boys and girls, men, women. If you can see him, you can be him. So looking up after doing some introspection and assessing your new schedule and surroundings, who is that person or that vision for yourself that you want to create? and starting to look at your life through a completely different lens. This will serve you more than you know. So again, look up, look in, look out, and keep challenging yourself as you go through this transition, and there will be ups and downs. I mean, for me, I had an amazing academic experience. I really, truly didn't feel that intense stress or anxiety until literally after I graduated. I do know some teammates that struggled while we were in university, and I definitely know some friends and family that struggled when they were in high school. I was lucky in the sense that that did not get to me until after I left university. So just know that it is perfectly normal. You are not alone. And it's not what I have done over the years and what I've learned as I have gone through some major areas of development, going through divorce and bankruptcy and breast cancer, that I sought my acceptance in my external validation. So if you look at my list of accomplishments, I mean, I was starving for that external validation. So I just kept doing all these external things and accomplishments. And for a while, it carries you through life. Like my mom always told me, Janine, athletics have carried you through life. So just know there's going to come a time, and you can't really avoid it. I can't really prepare you for it, but just know that it's normal. There will become a time where introspection is needed. And if you can go through it during the good times, it really helps. But when some adversity hits and you need to look inside yourself and really ask yourself those deep questions on who am I being? How am I showing up? What is it that I really want for myself? What's next for me? That's when we got to get quiet. And I literally hid social media notifications off my phone. Like, I find if you have them on the first screen of your phone, it gives you a lot of anxiety. I see it with some of the athletes that I coach right now. We've moved them to like the second or third page and put them in a social media folder, because when you can't see those red things dinging all the time that distract you and take your focus away, very successful people are highly intentional with their time. So as you navigate this new normal and you're a little bit scattered and all over the place, I invite you to look at your schedule. Again, look up from your phone, look at your schedule, look at your environment, look at some routines that you can set in place for yourself. Look in, do some introspection. If you have trouble writing or you're like, Janine, I don't know where to start, just Google journal prompts. You'll find anything and everything online that can help you with starting the writing process. Or you can go to Chapters or a bookstore and buy a journal that gives you journal prompts. So there's no excuses there why you can't do that. And then looking out with this newfound knowledge of yourself, because growth is all about that self-awareness where we can see triggers and we can see our emotions and thoughts and really take a step back to change how we react to them when they show up for us. All right. So look up, look in, look out, and challenge yourself for new ways of thinking. I promise you life is going to show up differently for you. If you are struggling at all, check out the YouTube channel, subscribe. We've got 10 great conversations on there, and I literally am already, June is covered with athletes. July is already booking in. So some amazing conversations coming your way. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. But I hope you have a great day. I hope you were able to pick some bit of information that's going to help you in this video. And we will see you Thursday with an amazing athlete whose story I'm very, very excited to bring to everyone, because it's a very amazing story. Anyways, have a great day, guys. We'll see you Thursday.